Saints Row was the first video game I ever played on an Xbox console, so I thought I might as well revisit the game and go over several facts and other interesting details that not many players know about. So let's get started. So first up is the fact that the swings in this game have physics. That's right, these things actually have physics and can be moved, although unfortunately they're also kind of broken, as you can see. Yeah, I don't think swings are supposed to be doing this. But it's still kind of interesting to see a game all the way back in 2006 has physics for swings, and I don't believe there is any other video games that have this level of detail for swings basically. At least I can't think of any aside from maybe GTA 4, but I wouldn't count that because the physics for swings are kind of broken. Yeah, I don't think there's any other video games that have physics for swings like this, so it's kind of unique that Saints Row does. Inside rim jobs, it's possible to paint your vehicle in various gang colours. This includes the Saints purple, the Vice Kings yellow, the Westside Rollers blue and the Los Canaras red. This doesn't affect gameplay and you're not going to suddenly get attacked by members of your own gang for rolling around in a Vice Kings coloured car or anything, but it's still interesting to see that this option exists, especially if for whatever reason you want to roleplay as a member of the opposite gang. So yeah, kind of interesting that this is in a game, and I'm pretty sure most players probably don't realise that these colours are even available. If you go into the extras section in the main menu, it's actually possible to see an advert for the wireless version of Saints Row. That's right, back in 2006, this is what mobile phone video games look like. The Saints YouTuber Flippy did a proper video going over this game as well as the Saints Row 2 version, so I definitely would recommend checking out that video if you want to know more about this game. But yeah, just a nice little relic of 2006 I suppose, and something that I really forgot was even a thing. For some reason here on the map in the middle of a basketball court, a K6 Krukov spawns. It's not entirely clear why this weapon shows up here. I guess it could be a leftover from when they were developing the game, or maybe it was meant to be something entirely different. It might have been placed as some sort of Easter egg, or maybe they were planning a system where weapons spawn around the map, kind of like what GTA does, and this is just a leftover from that. Whatever the reason, this is definitely the best place to go and get a free assault weapon, especially if you just started playing the game, as this is a very powerful weapon to have at the beginning of the game. And if you wait around, it eventually respawns as well, so you can have a lot of ammo very quickly. So yeah, I definitely would recommend coming here and grabbing that gun. Did you know that there's an unused forklift in Saints Row? That's right, this vehicle is unfortunately completely unused. It doesn't appear in any missions and doesn't spawn anywhere on the map. And the only way to actually get this vehicle is by using cheats. I actually didn't know that this vehicle was in the game until recently, which really surprised me. I thought I knew a lot about Saints Row, but I did not know that this vehicle was actually in the game. It does make me wonder why this is unused. Maybe it was part of a mission that got cut, or maybe it's because it's not that good when it comes to handling and performance, and obviously they didn't want this vehicle clogging up traffic maybe. I don't know, but for whatever reason, it is kind of cool that you can get a vehicle that's unused in this game. If you grab a Reaper and go to rim jobs, it's possible to put the Reaper's logo on the rear window. I don't really understand why this is a thing. It seems kind of strange for this vehicle, and I believe this is the only vehicle you can actually do this with, so yeah, just kind of odd really. In the Saints Row loft that you get at the beginning of the game, the player's fridge will always open as soon as you step near it. This is obviously some kind of bug, but it's always hilarious to see, almost like it's mocking you for not having anything in there. It's possible to find various civilian NPCs in mascot outfits. This includes a man in a hot dog suit and another one in a blue cup costume. These NPCs spawn randomly, but you occasionally spot them in different locations and even on the main menu. It's always fun seeing them walk around, and yeah, it's also kind of fun beating them up. If you complete the Hitman activities in one game save, you actually unlock the weapons in all game saves. This can easily be seen by starting a new game and heading over to the weapons cache. It's not entirely clear whether this is an oversight by the developers or some kind of new Game Plus style feature. It's actually possible to visit a barbershop and change the length of your hair. This can be done by using a slider when you choose your hairstyle. Unfortunately, this feature never made its way into Saints Row 2, and I don't think it's shown up in any other video game since then, which is kind of a shame really, because it's actually a pretty unique and interesting little feature. In the Sunnyvale Gardens area of the Projects District, it's possible to find a chalk outline of a murder victim along with Stillwater police barriers. It's just a small scene, but I don't think I've seen it anywhere else in the game, and I thought I might as well highlight it since this seems like something that most players have probably not noticed before. If you put the lowrider rims on the NRG V8, it makes the vehicle so low that it actually scrapes when going around corners, and also causes it to have issues going over certain curbs as well. It's possible for garbage trucks to get stuck under the elevated train tracks on this bridge. As far as I know, there's no way for them to get out due to NPC traffic pathing, so yeah, I think this one's stuck here for eternity. It's actually possible to find beta images of the Mockingbird and the Fer de Lance in the game. These appear as posters that can be found around the map, and it definitely is interesting to see that these early renders of these vehicles have made their way into the final game. Although, unfortunately, I don't think there's any other similar images for other vehicles, which is kind of a shame, but still, it's a pretty cool detail. You can actually derail the train by blowing it up, and after it's been derailed, if you blow up again, you can actually enter the destroyed shell of the train, at least until it despawns. All the DLC items, for whatever reason, cost $1. This includes both clothing and vehicles. Speaking of DLC vehicles, the Lefthander is also one of the least customizable vehicles in Saints Row. There are no body options and no wheel options available, and the only things you can actually do are change the paint, add nitrous or add hydraulics, and that's it. It's actually possible to break cast registers with melee weapons. All you need to do is hit them with something like a baseball bat and eventually they will break. In Shivington, there's a destroyed building that you can enter. There's nothing to actually do in here, but I figured I might as well include it since it's an interesting little area. It's also possible to jump up to the second floor, which has collision, which I'm really surprised about. I might do a video at some point going over the locations that you can enter in Saints Row, so please let me know down in the comments if you would like to see that. And yeah, this is definitely an interesting location. It's actually possible for the Cavallaro's hubcaps to fly off in a crash. I discovered this a while ago and I don't think I've ever seen anyone mention it online. It's kind of mind-blowing how much detail this game has, especially when it comes to stuff like this. I really didn't expect a game from 2006 to include hubcaps that can actually come off vehicles. Aside from maybe Mafia 2 or Mafia 3, I can't think of any other video games that do this. So yeah, from 2006 as well, really surprising. So I think that's going to wrap it up for now. I definitely will be doing a part 2 at some point along with a video on Saints Row 2, so please be sure to stay tuned for that. I know that Saints Row isn't what I usually do when it comes to content, but I've been playing it recently since there's been people working on the house and I couldn't really record anything. Thankfully that's over, so I can go back to making videos regularly. So please be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more, and hopefully I will see you next time.